Whatever disease I have would make Nurgle from Warhammer 40k jealous. We are back with another episode of That Guy Yaps About PC Gaming Deals on Steam, and I'm gonna run through this like it's an NFL combine because my throat is ready to go at any second. It's about to go get milk and it's never coming back. There's a couple big deals going on Steam right now for you PC gamers out there that you may want to keep an eye out for. One is the Golden Week sale, where a lot of games from Japan are on a discount. If you're asking, well, Jmulls, what's Golden Week? It's a holiday in Japan. Yeah, there you go. And we also have the Activision Publishers sale, where I imagine quite a few games here, namely the Call of Duty games, will be easy skips for a lot of you out there, but there's a few choice selections here for you all. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is 50% off for $29.99. Yes, it is a FromSoft game, but it is under Activision overall, and it is a game that is far more focused on parrying and getting good at that singular concept than having a bunch of different builds, though there is some build variety in Sekiro. A steep learning curve, but once you learn the game, oh, it feels so good. May want to go check that one out for 50% off for $29.99. Like I said, a whole bunch of Call of Duty games going on sale as well. Though personally, I wouldn't be surprised if we see these games go on Game Pass within the year. But you can see a lot of these are 35% off, 67% off, 50% off, whatever, 25% off for MW2 for some reason. But again, we have some choice games down here. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, 50% off at $19.99. And if you want to get into Crash as a series, you have the Insane Trilogy, a remaster/remake, what do you want to call this, of the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games for 60% off for $15.99. One of the OG PlayStation platformers that will make you question if you have any mental sanity whatsoever with how many times the game will make you rage uncontrollably. And then you have my darling, Spyro, the Reignited Trilogy. Dude, that is some Mandela effect. It's just Spyro Reignited Trilogy. There's no the. Huh, go figure. A remake/remaster of the original 3 PS1 Spyro the Dragon games with updated controls, graphics, and the whole shebang. Absolutely phenomenal deals out there. 65% off for Spyro Reignited Trilogy for $13.99 and 60% off for Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for $15.99. And if you want to play Infamous on a budget, we have Prototype and Prototype 2 here for 75% off. I played a little bit of these games back in the day on the PS3, but their Steam versions are at a really decent discount. It's an open-world third-person action game set in a city where you are some kind of like mutant human with cool body augmentation abilities. They're not the most well-received or well-known games of all time, but from what I recall, they were decently cool. They are 75% off, for Prototype 1 being $4.99 and Prototype 2 being $9.99. Okay, peak incoming. We got a lot of these games, let's rattle them off and get through it. Persona 3 Reload is 30% off already for $48.99. It came out in February and is already 30% off. It was a $70 game, now it's $48.99. A remake of the original Persona 3 with updated Tartarus, visuals, and a few new social features with some questionably priced DLC and packaged DLC. But Persona 5 Royal, one of my favorite games of all time, is 60% off for $23.99. Tekken 8, the latest installment in the beloved fighting game series, is 30% off for $48.99. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, essentially the definitive edition of the first part of the 7 Remake series, is 50% off for $34.99 if you want to get that in before Rebirth eventually comes to PC. Octopath Traveler 2, have you been missing those old sprite-based RPG turn-based combat loops? Octopath Traveler 2 is an extremely good version of that. It is 40% off at $35.99 with an art style that is so beloved, many games have decided to copy it, including Square Enix with all their other titles pretty much. Monster Hunter Rise is 75% off at $9.99. What was once a Switch exclusive has been ported to other consoles and also to PC. The latest installment in Monster Hunter, if you want to get that in before Wild comes out in 2025, 75% off at $9.99. And my favorite game of all time, Nier Automata, I will never not bloviate about how much I love this game. It is 60% off for $15.99. It was designed to be experienced as a video game, and it's all the better for it. It is phenomenal. Go give it a bash if you haven't already. The hype is absolutely well placed. Also, GTA 5 is 66% off for $24 if you want that. Hey, as someone who has played Rebirth already, by the way, thank me later. If you want to play Rebirth, watch or play Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion for yourself. It's 50% off, $24.99. It's not the best game ever, but I love the story and the narrative going on there, and it makes Rebirth hit a lot harder if you've experienced that. Also, Halo the Master Chief Collection, play Peak already. It's 75% off for $9.99. A collection of all the Halos of old, well, most of them. Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4. All that Peak with higher resolutions, higher frame rates, keyboard and mouse inputs. Oh, it's juicy. Oh, it's crispy. It's so good. If you want to play Diablo 4 for some reason, it's 50% off at $34.99 as well. Okay, yeah, this sale's even better than I thought. Nier Replicant's, like, remastered slash remake, almost a remake version is 60% off for $23.99. This game is the first game in the Nier series. What about Drakengard? Don't worry about that. I think Nier Replicant's a bit rough around the edges in certain parts, but it legit has one of, if not my favorite cast of characters of any game ever. It is stellar. Sonic Frontiers is 60% off for $23.99. It's an open-world Sonic game. I haven't gotten too far into it myself, but as a new player in the Sonic series, I've been really enjoying it. Octopath Traveler 1 is 50% off for $29.99. Legit, I'm not kidding. There's a ton of great games on sale right now. Just gotta go browse it for yourself, and there's a lot of good here. Metal Gear Solid 5, 40% off for $11.99. Not the most well-beloved Metal Gear Solid game of all time, but that's pretty good value. Persona 4 Golden, one of the best games of all time in my opinion. 40% off, $11.99. Final Fantasy 15. A polarizing entry in Final Fantasy, but it was the one that got me into Final Fantasy, and I love it so much. 60% off for $13.99. Go on a road trip with the boys. I'm not joking, that's the plot. Persona 5 Strikers is 70% off for $17.99. This game, in my opinion, is an actual follow-up and sequel to Persona 5. So if you want to see what happens to the squad, the Phantom Thieves, after the events of P5, go give that game a bash. It has real-time combat in the style of a Warriors game, but still manages to feel like Persona. It's genuinely amazing, in my opinion. Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. I will never stop talking about how good this game is, despite never actually beating it myself. Go play Dragon Quest 11. 40% off, $23.99. It's a rock-solid JRPG. Amazing turn-based combat, and it's true turn-based combat. No ATB to my knowledge, that or I have a bad memory. An amazing cast of characters. It goes from being genuinely funny and humorous and colorful to being really dark and depressing, and is able to weave between those two expertly. It's an amazing experience. I could go through Final Fantasy like one at a time, but apparently like pretty much all of them on sale right now. So if you want to pick up any Final Fantasy game, go check it out. It's probably on sale on Steam right now. Devil May Cry 5, 67% off at $9.89. And you also have games like Age of Empires. I was always a StarCraft and Command & Conquer player. I never dabbled in Age of Empires 2, but I love RTS as a series. Not as a series, but as a genre, and I want to see it flourish. RTS being real-time strategy, it's all about constructing a base as like a commander, overlooking the battlefield, controlling your troops, managing resources. It can be intimidating at first, but it's a ton of fun. You can sink countless hours into it. So if that sounds up your alley, go give it a bash. Now, I'm gonna go try and get over this sickness and not be down with it like Disturbed. So I'm gonna call the video there for the day. A way more scuffed version of these Steam sale roundups than I normally like to do, but my apologies, I don't want to go over the limit with my throat here. I don't want to, like, you know, test the waters. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody, till we meet again.